And welcome everybody to Ed the Pagan, my birthday edition. And I have the wonderful Mary Hawk with me tonight, and we're going to talk about pancakes. We're going to talk about my birthday, and we're going to talk about the Great Pagan Library. Now, if you don't know, Mary is in charge of Divination TV, which has been an ongoing process for her.
Hello, happy birthday.
And if anyone wants to join us on air, just let me know, and I'll send you the code. Don is heading back. I want to thank Don for coming up and helping me. He came up, brought a birthday gift of truly important things. My second gift of coffee, a month's worth of coffee and creamer and sugar and some other foods, but oh my gosh, I do. Well, thank you, Reverend Michael. Oh, okay, yes. Um, People have asked me today if they wanted to help. It says, well, we're going to talk about the library. But if you do, you can see down on the bottom, there is a asthepagan@gmail.com. If you want to PayPal me some all the money I'm raising now is going to go for the Pagan Library. So thank you. I have had hundreds of birthday wishes so far, well over 250, plus through my thing. So I'm really grateful for that. And I hope all of you will consider helping me in this, this coming year. Um, so thank you for all that. I will talk more about it. If you want to come on air, talk about it, I will. Let's talk about pancakes. Because even you're wondering, right, Mary?
I was wondering about that.
So first you have to understand my background. Long before witch school and long before everything else, right? I used to make fun of the end of the world constantly. And I would throw little parties like, Jesus didn't come, but you could. And we did that right after the new year of 2000. Hmm? We even had somebody, we didn't have a lot of fun. It was a good party, though. We had somebody walk across the a swimming pool on the water. We did. Somebody actually did it. We had a lot of
Was it
other.
frozen?
No, we. I'll be honest. We had a piece of heavy plastic that went under the water. You couldn't see it, and he walked right across. Hmm? And so did other people as well. We didn't do it, but one of the things we served there is pancakes the next morning. Because what do you serve after the end of the world? Pancakes. So we would forget about that. And then 2012, December 21st, 2012, it was like getting under my skin. Do you remember the Mayan calendar, Mary?
Yes, I do.
And the end of the world and all that?
Yes.
So people kept asking, he says, well, what if the end of the world doesn't come? I said, I don't care if the end of the world comes or not. And one of the biggest discussions at the time was what would be a good fast food to serve a lot of people um, around food. And it was pancakes. Pancakes take only three ingredients at most. One of the most ancient foods in one form or another. We've always eaten pancakes since we've gotten grain. With syrup and butter, it's just a universal carry of good taste, and you can make them quickly. So, what would you serve on the day after the apocalypse? Pancakes.
Pancakes.
And it stuck with me ever since. And that day in Chicago on December 22nd, 2012, a lot of us got together to have pancakes and actually made money on that one because people gave me all the money and they gave me extra money. I was going to pay for it at Lucky Grill on Milwaukee Avenue here in Chicago. The Tree of Life kids down in Louisville had a pancake breakfast, and there were a couple of others. Hmm? And we just did it because what do you do? It's meant to be kind of a mockery of the idea of the end of the world. And every year since then, that's what you hear. The pancakes after the day at the end of the world. I'm still around, so every birthday and possibly other end of the world celebrations, I have pancakes. And it's and with grit and trust and everything else. I continue to have the pancakes because you should not have to worry about pancakes. You should have a meal at the end of the world. And they easily store. And the truth is, the world came to hell. Pancakes make people happy.
Yes.
They do. I mean, Boy Scouts, pancake breakfast. They're
My
quick.
grandkids, pancakes.
My grandkids. So pancakes is that good food that's universal to bring good energy. So what I want to do at the end of the world is make fun of it, but I also want to bring good energy, pancakes. So that's why on my birthday we celebrate, and you see all those pancake images for years, and we're continuing to add to them. And I had blueberry pancakes this morning. So yes,
Sounds wonderful.
I did. Um, Someday soon, I hope my birthday ends up on a Saturday, and I'll throw a really big pancake party. Um, but we're also planning to use it as a fundraiser for the next motion thing. So, how many of you are aware of all the astrology that's going on? Today Venus moved into Pisces for a fairly that for a possibly long period of time. We know that, and so that was very interesting. My birthday comes inside the Aquarian stellium. You can say it. You can say their name if you want. You can say hi to them.
Yeah, Lucas wishes you a happy birthday.
Because you were looking over there. I don't have the chat room up because I get lost in it. Oh yeah, it's one of my biggest things about Blog Talk Radio and the other is the chat room. I just always got lost in it while I was on the air. Which college is beginning? We've begun that process. Next week, a week from today, during the great lunar solar eclipse, we're gonna talk about the First Amendment. I'm an advocate of the First Amendment. I have worked a long time on the First Amendment, and it's coming next week. But we also have you sign up at which college right now. You can go take a course by Don. On Psychic 101, a course that he did about 2 years ago. And when he was much closer to the veil, I must tell you, right now you can take it for free if you sign up as a student at whichcollege.com. But the real project that I'm dedicating myself over the last couple of weeks, Mary, what do you think of the questions I've been asking? I've gotten all sorts of answers. You've been responding to them.
Yeah, well, number one, I know when you start asking questions, your goal is always to prompt discussion.
Mm-hmm.
You're not looking for a set answer. You're looking to prompt discussion.
And you thought that at the beginning too. I mean, a lot of people ask me that know me who've asked me, what are you trying to say here? And I keep coming back again. I just want to hear the answers. I want to know what people are thinking. You go, and everybody thinks about it, but I've had lots of opportunities to use it for other purposes. But my real question has always been, what makes the pagan community the pagan community? Period. What do you think it is? We know it's diverse. We know that it is. And the latest one is about cultural shields, that it's individualized and all these things. And I love that about it. One of the big pagan elders, who considers them very important, tried to put me on and says, the reason I'd ask these questions is because it lowers he doesn't like where the community is. He has higher expectations for the community. And, how can we have higher expectations for a community that's so individualized? I can only have expectations for myself and those I work with. Right? You would say the same. What would you say about that? I mean, you're growing as a leader. You've done things. And a lot of people have. And so it's just kind of annoying. But what they were trying to do is throw shade to say that somehow I'm disappointed in the community, or I dislike the community, or I'm somehow aggressive to the community. I'm none of that. Like Mary, I'm not a gatekeeper. We're key holders. We unlock information constantly to share with people. Mary does a really good job. let's talk about you. I mean, you've been spending, is it 3 years now developing divination TV and doing it. Tarot, can you talk about your experiences?
Well, yeah, I've been working on Divination TV for 3 years now and doing Tarot Thursdays. Been working on Pagan Pride Day. I've been doing that since 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose is to open doors for people. And our community is very, very diverse. I don't know that you can have expectations for our community as a whole.
No, I can have expectations for an event. Pagan Pride.
Right.
You work really hard. I'm going to help, and I have helped over the years with various Pagan Prides, but I can have expectations of an event. Sure, you can. You can have expectations of a book that would think it would be one way or the other. Inside of objects and events, you can have expectations. The ego writes the book. The desire to have a great time drives the event. So you do want to have it, and you want to share that event far and wide, and you can have expectations of it, and it can exceed it. I mean, Pagan Pride in Nashville always exceeds my expectations. Always. Hmm? They sold out the entire booth set before. They'll probably do it again this year. Hmm?
I certainly hope so.
Right? And they do all these wonderful events. So I have high expectations for Pagan Pride in Nashville. Of course I do. And,
We do too.
and that's okay. But expectations of the community, no, you can't. It's too
You
diverse.
can.
But what you can do, and this is where we're going to move in, is you can work on a project that makes a difference. You can
Yes.
always work on a project that makes a difference. Yours is Pagan Pride. Yours is Divination TV. And I want to wish out to Brian that he'll be back soon. Uh,
Yes.
um, everybody misses him. Uh, so there you go. But she does divination. She does all of this in service to the community. And at times, I have no doubt some of the shows we're disappointed in, and we did not reach our expectation because we want to do well.
Right.
But the community has never been, in my opinion, and I put this out there. You saw it. I believe the community is healthier than it's ever been. I think it's more diverse. I think it's stronger than it's ever been. I think so. I mean, I saw so many people just kind of run down the whole that asinine aspect of it, saying it's terrible, it's awful. But I remember the '90s. I remember listening to the '80s. I got interviews from the '70s. I remember when we fought really hard to get media. And of course, back in the '90s, I started taking on the aspect of we need media. We need our own media. We can't just control the outside. We've had satanic panics. We've had tons of stuff that we've overcome. Have we overcome it all? No. Are we being threatened right now? Yes. But at this moment, right now, I think we're at a really nice peak of paganism. And I think it's really important to understand that. More books, more healthier. I mean, Nashville is one of the healthiest communities I've seen. Can you talk about Nashville? I mean, I think Nashville is great. All of you guys are really Elisa Pendragon and Greg of
Roma Jews, and we
yeah.
have Tish and
You mean you
Owen
have
runs a lot of wonderful public rituals. We
mhm,
have a wonderful heathen community that's growing in Clarksville, a little to the north of Nashville.
mhm.
And we have a lot going on in our community.
I think
So,
so.
yeah,
And you're doing
Nash,
and you're doing the Corellian lustration this year.
we are. What my shrine, Moon Willow Temple, is hosting the Corellian lustration. April 17th through the 19th, and we're really excited to do that. So,
So, so we can look at Nashville as a healthy community. I really do. I think it's great. I think Chicago's coming along. It's rebuilding its strength. I think Kansas City's doing an amazing job with Katrina and all of them, and doing another Pagan Pride. So I really think the community is really healthy. And I've passed on all of my jobs. I used to be very global and national. I still am in my own way. But leadership has taken out. Rolando of the Philippines has become this great, powerful peace person. Alyssa and Phoenix have become leadership there. Don's teaching a bunch of people in Danville how to be better ritualists. I mean, we continue to make a difference in the world. And we do it through the internet, we do it in person. But I think we've never been more healthy. And I think the desire not to be healthy, to be a victim, to play against it is really strong in our community right now because we're really scared. Let's be honest. So, so Mary, I've been talking about this for a while, but so today is officially the beginning of the Great Pagan Library.
I'm
Uh,
excited.
and we've got over, and I've sold, and if people can, I'll go over it. But Mary's been a big supporter of it in many ways. I mean, she's a member of the board, uh, interim. She's an interim member of the board until we have our annual meeting. Uh, Legalisms, but but I'm a legalist. People get upset with me. People try to do things all the time because you can't do that. You can't do that. Here's how. Well, why not you? Because it's against the law. It's wrong. You have to do it this way. I don't say you can't do it, but I am a big believer in the legalistic system. Not because I love it, not even remotely. Do I think it's bad sometimes? Sure, but I can't change the law from the outside. I can change how we react to it from the inside. And maybe some of you, and I'm saying if you want to be in the big fights, Starhawk is a good person to go to. Byron Ballard is a good person to go to. Who else? Uh, Mark. He wrote Magic for the Resistance. Uh, that's a good one. Christopher Penzick is a great person to go to. John Bennett's a great person to go to. I think all of these people have a lot of great advice about being a resistance fighter from the outside. Follow wild hunt. But for me, and I'm going to teach it again next week, is I want to stand up within the law. So when we have at least some rights to pull, and I have done this for over 30 years. That's why we're going to talk about the First Amendment next week, what it really can and cannot do. And if you think it's a shield against everything, veterans plentiful. Oh, I have women's divorces. I got so much case study. Tarot cards not being allowed to be read. There's so much that is was for our religion and our freedom of speech that has been prosecuted. Hmm? I mean, you've never had, and then on the other hand, you've never had trouble getting a permit, have you? In that
Trouble getting what?
a permit in Nashville.
We have not. Uh, Metro Parks is a great ally in part because we have been great customers. We've paid our invoices on time. We have treated the park with great respect. We at one time we repaired a broken stall door in the bathroom ourselves. When we came on site, we found it hanging off the hinge, and my son-in-law Corey Cage got his tools out and fixed it. So we weren't down a bathroom for the day.
See,
But we've cleaned up trash when we came on site to the park. We have never left the park in a bad condition. It's always been left clean. you know, we have earned the respect
Hmm.
of of Nashville Metro Parks at this point. When we call to set up our date for the following year, they're always happy to talk to us.
Let's see, and that's it. And then they have great security. They've never had a real problem. You know, a few people at the gate. You know, where the barrier between their property and what you've rented. Oh yeah. So
Yeah, and we had a bit of an issue last year with people coming in and harassing us, but
you've dealt with it. Okay. So final piece. The global. No, it's going to be global. I hate to say it. Of course, I don't hate to say it. I'm a big aspect of it. And everybody knows I love technology and things like that. But I absolutely believe we have no choice at this point. We have to have a library. I mean, we
yeah,
have libraries all over. And I know the Alexandria, the Alexandria Library too is out there on the East Coast, I believe. And it's, kind of completed its process. So we have one. I know there's a couple that have contacted me from various universities, but those are universities and they're hard to get to. We need a public library that allows us to do three things. One, research. We need to protect our most important documents. And what do I mean by those? I want to get hands on all the pagan magazines that were produced. So many of them may be lost forever. I got an offer today, once we have our building, for the a collection of Circle Sanctuary magazines. Circle, an entire collection that somebody has and said I would like to do it. I've had people contact me, and over the years, people have actually had difficulties with their estates, and what do I do with it? They felt so much that several of them contacted me, and yeah, they're going to say, "You get this done, we're going to will our books to you." Terrific, whole estates. So we're doing that. So we are going to collect. So if you want to ask us, are we accepting books? Of course we are. Right now we have a climate controlled locker. That's the start of it. And that has over 800 rare books. We've sold some amazing books, lots of rare books, but we have 800 truly rare books out of the Corral family collection. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of digital and physical photographs in and around the area. We have movie tape, like 8 millimeter and 16 millimeter film. We have cassettes of channeling events. And then we have 10,000 plus hours of video and audio and digital materials. So this is going to be made available too. This is research. And this process, we're also hoping to have the secondary aspect of the hybrid as virtual. Hmm? We're going to have that virtual aspect. Absolutely. And then we're going to have a circulation. So part two is the circulating library, meaning the library we have locally that can circulate, that you can go out, come in lending. The research library is going to be a bit more protected, but the lending library is going to be open to the public. The circulating library. And some of that's going to be heavily referenced, can't leave the area, and some can. And then we're going to third, and this is the longer term project, is that we're going to help other decentralized other libraries in other cities and or kind of set up a subscription system so that people can build libraries. And this is one of the ways we're going to make money is like we're going to have the Book of the Month Club coming soon. So library, how do you build your library? We're going to actually have facilities to help you build your libraries and get reduced prices on books. Plus, we're going to hunt books and you find rare books, and some of it's going to go into the library. Hmm. And so that's what it is. We're going to have those three aspects to it. Am I being hard to hear?
no,
Okay, great. And then lastly, we need to, by spring, we're looking for the first library building to hold the first 10,000 books in Danville. So we're looking, and we can get a house for as little as $60,000. I mean, straight out being ownership, and I want ownership. We need to own the land the library's on. We need,
definitely.
we need to own the land that we're going to curate this. Now we can get it from anywhere from like putting $1,500 and buying on contract to buying another house for $60,000 and having that as a line of credit to help us fix it up. There's a lot of different ways we can do so. So we're going to do capital investment. Gaia Thrift is a big part of it. We're going to sell our books through there. We're going to sell materials. If you're donating us books, some of them might end up for sale. Not the rare ones, not the things, but if we get too many of a copy of a book, we want to seed it out to other libraries. Wouldn't you like that? I mean, imagine us going to PPDs and selling books for $1 or $2, to help the libraries build. We need libraries, reading rooms. And one of the things, have you ever seen the Christian Science Monitor?
No, I haven't.
So if anyone look up, they have a thing called, we have one downtown, Christian Science Reading Room. The number one purpose they created so people can come in and read. And they produce a newspaper, a religious newspaper based on Christian Science that you can read there and all of their books that they've got. And it's just a reading room. And they have them in cities all over the place. We have one downtown Chicago. Can you imagine just having a place where you can sit down and read books? And now a lot more of the cafes are forming. So we see this trend coming of wanting to protect and establish our books, as well as protect them. And electronically, I want to have them. We're going to be selling within a week or two. I think next week we'll have it on flash drives of the Corellian materials. So you can have it on a flash drive. So we're looking at all this, but the Great Pagan Library will be built in Danville, is being built in Danville. We are collecting books. If you want to send books, send me, DM me, send me information. I'll give you the address. And off we go. I'm really excited about it. And this is my birthday wish. I want to manifest the Great Pagan Library.
Yay.
And that's all I've got today. More to come. So tomorrow's Wednesday. So you're doing Thursday's Divination Thursday at 9 p.m. So
Yes,
how do they support you, Mary? You want to do more readings, right?
Yes.
So how do they do that?
You can contact me at, we'll just
DM you, right? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you can email me at maryhawk1968 at gmail.
Terrific. And so we can do that too. But if you want to help build your business, do anything, watch my page, my Facebook page where I ask it, hang out in some of the groups I contact. And yes, they can get rough. I do not, the only rule I have, a major rule, is that you don't resort into ad hominem attacks. You can't attack people. You can attack ideas, but you can't attack the people. I just kicked somebody off today, blocked them today because they did that. Yeah, it's the only thing I dislike is making it personal. You can go after the ideas, but you don't go after people. If you can do that, you can join one of the biggest debates on the internet today. What is the pagan community? And it's not a little question. But for me, it's answered best by building a library. Would you come and visit? All right, folks. Blessed be. Mary, any last thoughts?
Donate to the library. And happy birthday, Ed.
Thank you. And until next year for more pancakes, we'll end this. And thank you, everybody. I've been so felt. This has been such a feeling day.